to the CFO in most of the cases, and yeah, I have become a freelance already 3-4 years ago, and after deciding to do another path, to be more on my own, to decide a bit more what my assignments are, and to serve companies better with my experience. And in that discovery, I found out about the ESG first, and then the CSRD, and I find it like really, really interesting. So I started like looking into, the what's out there and the possibilities to learn more, and brought me here to move to Impact.
And well, then you enrolled into the Certified Sustainability Reporting Manager training. Like, what was the motivation for you to enroll?
The motivation was like to learn more. The motivation was I knew one of the trainers as well, and don't know if I may say the name here, but yeah, Camila and Camila Denardis, and we were talking in the past, and we had we had conversations, and yeah, it just eagered my interest on learning more. And I discovered this training, and I talked with some of your, your team members. And yeah, I decided to do it again. It's not the first one I do. I also did one with University of Cambridge, which was very different, also very, very learning, but very different. I'll explain later how it is different and how I think this is like something very practical. And I do think I could help companies. I have been in numerous finance departments. I see what's important for the investors. I see what's important for the board. And this is going to be something very, very important to learn and to implement.
And well, when you were a Certified Sustainability Reporting Manager after the training program, were you like, okay, it really met the expectations? Like, did you learn enough? Like, what were your expectations?
Yeah, it was beyond my expectations because there are moments in the training when they open a lot of knowledge, a lot of legislation as well, which is very complex and is very broad and is very well structured by Move to Impact. I think you you guys did a great job in making a lot of the materials into practical materials to implement to companies and to learn from it, to have like a good structure. Because you can get lost. You can get lost in the in all these details, in all the ESRS details. You can get it's a lot, and I think you can lose oversight of what is necessary, what is what you have to focus on, and that's what Move to Impact helped me a lot on having a bit more clear in my head at this moment.
Well, that's very nice to hear. And can you share a specific example of a skill or knowledge that you gained from the training that you now thought like, wow, that's very valuable?
I think the 8 steps materials, the 8 steps methodology is very good, because then you see where you start, where you end, where are you at in an implementation. That's, I think, a methodology, right, of Move to Impact, which is it is very useful, where you can see a company, and I will just name it briefly, right, with the project preparation, current company KPIs, and then when you enter the materiality analysis, which is a big subject before you go to the ESRS requirements and data collection and impact dashboard and then reporting. So that part, it seems like it's easy, but it gives you like the moment, and it gives you like the focus on where to go. There are companies that might be in project preparation, other ones will have issues with data collection, but they all have to go through this, and then you can yeah, that helped me a lot on how to structure the approach.
So, like next to the 8-step methodology, like how has the training equipped you to assist companies in setting up effective sustainability reporting processes?
I think it helped me to know where the companies are at, and for example, to also dig in what is very important, which is the double materiality analysis, for example. I think I have noticed that some companies are very vaguely familiar with what the concept is of double materiality analysis and how important it is to dig into this to define where they are. I think the way the templates, the materials, the presentations, and that helped me a lot to structure my story.
Nice. And what aspects of the training did you find most engaging?
Most engagement. I think all of it. For example, the part of the impact dashboard, of course, is very beautiful when you are creating the visuals. It's difficult to choose. It's difficult to choose. I'm going to go for the difficult one, which is the ESRS requirements. I find that one very engaging. That's where I spend most of my time, and also go into the sector ones, specific. That was very eye-opening, very engaging, and very yeah, very learning. I did not know that it was so big, and that was like very inspiring for me the way it is presented by Move to Impact. Yeah.
Nice. And how has the training improved your confidence and ability to communicate the importance of sustainability reporting to stakeholders?
I think what this course is very valuable for freelancers is the presentations that you have, and also the fact that once you have done also the Move to Impact training, you feel very supported by the Move to Impact team. I am a freelance that I work on my own, and perhaps other freelancers recognize that when you are always on your own and companies going, sometimes, most of the times, and especially in a project like this, which be huge and new for everybody, you need support, and Move to Impact gives you that support. You can partner, you can learn, and then you have a team behind which could assist you in some very complicated aspects that we will all encounter. That increased my confidence, and then I think I can do this. I can do this with a bit or a lot of help from Move to Impact, and with the support I feel I have.
And how has the certification program contributed to your career growth and opportunities?
I have been moving a bit my network on that and explaining that I did this, and everybody came up with a lot of questions, and they said like, "Oh, so you know how to do this, and we don't even know how to start," and so companies are starting to realize that this is something is coming their way, and then I think it will open a lot of possibilities for new work, for new consultant work, and well, it is still very new for me. I'm not working on it at this moment. I have done some collaborations in the companies I was working for in the past, but I do feel this is something is going to come, and that's why I want to invest time and the effort to go to it. It's beautiful, and it's going to bring a lot of possibilities.
Yeah, luckily, a lot of work is going to be available as soon as all the companies are really making it more important than they have been in the past.
Yeah.
And well, what advice would you give someone considering enrolling into the training program?
I will advise them to plan it well, because it requires attention. It is make free time for it. It is studying, and it is to me it is rewarding. I mean, it is motivational and it's rewarding, but you need to make the time to do it. They are like, for me, it was like approximately perhaps between starting and ending 6 months, and then yeah, it requires attention, and it requires, but it's gonna be a beautiful path.
And in your opinion, how does the training differentiate itself from other sustainability reporting courses? Well, you've been talking about the Cambridge one already.
Yeah. The Cambridge one was good. It was my first touch base, and I to learn the first concepts, and especially on strategy, not only on compliance, but also on strategy and how to implement, how to change organizations from into more sustainable approach, and the difference of Move to Impact is it's not theoretical, it's very practical, and the trainers have experience. They have been consulting with companies, and they do know what the companies are facing, and they know what they need, and they provide material. So it's a lot more practical than other trainings that they are out there. Not that theoretical is bad, and it can be good at the moment, and they have some exercises and some examples, but this one makes a difference on it's really something you can implement directly. You have, presentations, you have templates, you have a lot of practical exercises. And in my specific case, we had a group of professionals also joining, which we will share a lot of knowledge from all kinds of, backgrounds. I was financial, but there were a lot of technical engineering or, manufacturing, all kinds of people like collaborate. That was like, yeah, very engaging. And yeah, we all, I think, all learned a lot from each other and created also a network for each other to continue to consult and to improve. Yeah.
Well, that's the nice part about sustainability. You learn that you need to do it together.
Absolutely. You cannot do this alone. No.
And
You need all the.
And how have the instructors and the course materials supported your learning and development throughout the program?
I was in a weekly contact with the trainers for questions, which they reply very professionally. And we have, of course, difficult questions for them, and I always got a good answer. There are some things that could be, of course, like very sector specific, and we need to investigate together. And I feel supported. I did. There's a lot of knowledge over there. Mm-hmm.
And last but not least, are there any open things you want to mention that you haven't talked about before?
Let me see. Perhaps not. I mean, I don't. It is something that I feel the companies and my experience in biotech and pharma, people want to do this. They find it important. Investors find it important. The board finds it important, and companies. Some of them, and they are not SMEs. I mean, but some of them, they just really don't know where to start, and they do. It's a bit overwhelming. It can be overwhelming. It was overwhelming for me at a point, and I think it is good to this we are doing this communication, and we want to share it to realize that there is support, and it doesn't have to be super expensive, and it doesn't have to be very complex. It's just like when you have the right structure and the right method and right materials, you can we can do it, and we can make a change in how companies are driving their, the managerial reporting. And I think CSRD is really going to help prepare companies to have a better impact, on and it doesn't only need to be a compliance matter. I think this can really inspire companies to do good and to be more profitable. I come from a finance department, and I know how important it is to have like a healthy P&L results, and this is really going to improve that. So sometimes I feel like, oh, another compliance thing. I don't think this is really only a compliance thing. This is really going to change how companies look at their own strategy, if that makes sense.
No, definitely. And well, Irene, I want to thank you for your kind words, but also want to give you the compliments to, like, we've seen you develop from, well, not a purely financial professional, but really like gaining knowledge, and also like hearing you speak confidently up to others as in, well, this is what you need to do. And okay, we are going to face some challenges. And indeed, like you say, sometimes it can be overwhelming, but as long as you get the good support, which can be, well, with our training program, but also with professionals like you, then I think we can really, well, move to impact, like really make the move
Great
to
name.
impact.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
thank
thank
you.
you.
And well, we will keep in touch, of course, because of working together. And yeah, well, everybody at home, thanks for listening.
Thank you.